A Milwaukee man convicted of entering the Capitol during the January 6 riots has been recaptured after fleeing to Ireland to avoid serving time.
56-year-old Paul Kovacic was convicted last year, but never reported to prison as ordered. 12 News' Nick Bohr is joining us live in the newsroom. And Nick, he claimed political asylum in Ireland, but ultimately gave up.
All right, federal documents obtained by 12 News say Kovacic took part in the U.S. Capitol riots on January 6, 2021. After he was convicted, he fled to Ireland, claiming he was a victim of political persecution in the U.S., but he ultimately surrendered, saying he was homesick. It was one of the ugliest scenes in American history as a mob stormed the U.S. Capitol after the defeat of former President Donald Trump after he falsely claimed the election was stolen. More than 170 officers were injured. Rioters caused nearly $3 million in damage to the Capitol, and the election results they were trying to stop became official anyway. We now know one of the more than 2,000 people who went into the Capitol that day was Milwaukee's Paul Kovacic. Internal video and Kovacic's own recordings obtained by the FBI show him inside for nearly an hour and a half, wearing a blue Trump 2020 sweatshirt, walking the halls, and mingling with the other rioters.
We have a breach of the Capitol! Breach of the Capitol to the upper level!
According to the criminal complaint, he later pled guilty to parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol building and was sentenced to 90 days in prison. But the day he was supposed to report, he flew to Ireland, claiming asylum there on political persecution grounds, claiming in paperwork there he, quote, did not feel comfortable and felt, quote, unsafe in the U.S. After his Irish application languished, though, for months, according to an arrest warrant obtained by 12 News, Kovacic last month decided to fly back to the U.S. because he felt, quote, homesick. He was promptly arrested by federal authorities at the Minneapolis airport.
So, Nick, Kovacic surrendered last month. Where is he now?
Well, he's serving time in a federal facility in Chicago, that original 90-day sentence. But that might not be the end of it because he could face new charges for the 7-month stay in Ireland. He's also wanted in Ozaukee County for a misdemeanor computer-related crime at Concordia University.
Far from over. Nick Bohr reporting live in the newsroom tonight. Nearly 1,500 people have been charged with federal crimes related to the January 6th attack, including these 10 on your screen. These 10 are from Wisconsin. The FBI is still asking for help identifying others who made unlawful entry into the Capitol building that day.